Hello and welcome back to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan men's basketball here. My name is Charlie Brigham, alongside me, Andrew Miller, and today we've got an exciting one for you folks. A national top 10 matchup between the number 7 ranked Michigan Wolverines and the number 9 ranked Wisconsin Badgers. Miller, what are you looking forward today to in this game?
We're looking for Michigan to hopefully take advantage of the size disadvantage that they will have down center. Hunter Dickinson has been electric this first half of the season, and he's going against a guy who's 4 inches smaller than him. You might want to see a lot of Hunter Dickinson tonight. Also, good guard play is important coming against Wisconsin.
Yeah, Hunter Dickinson definitely has a size advantage, but you shouldn't doubt the size of Wisconsin all the way through this lineup. Multiple people up there in the 6-foot range. I mean, Nate Reavers, 6'11", Micah Potter, 6'10". You know, even Aleem Forward at 6'8". Wisconsin has size all the way through this starting lineup and even coming off the bench.
Oh, most definitely, and especially if you're Michigan, who tends to play a little bit smaller outside their bigs. You want to see Michigan in their first big matchup outside of Minnesota be able to regularly guard people when it comes down to it. That's something that's been Michigan's Achilles heel as of recently, is getting into maybe a little bit of shootouts and keeping the games too close. Michigan needs to get better defensively, and this is their big first really big test of it outside of Minnesota.
Give you the starting lineups quick for both teams. For Wisconsin, it's going to be Trice, Potter, Reavers, Davison, and Ford. And for the Michigan Wolverines, it's going to be Brooks, Dickinson, Livers, Smith, and Wagner.
Yes, interesting also to see is if what will happen with Austin Davis, who was warming up, has been practicing. Is he back in the game? That could be big for Michigan.
Absolutely get Hunter Dickinson as great as he has been playing. This Wisconsin team, they have big guys. They're going to bang him around a little bit. Going to be crucial to get the stellar freshman some rest. So it is going to be Reavers and Dickinson in the circle as we get set for the opening tip-off. Again, we would like to thank you for tuning in to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan basketball. And like I said, we've got a good one for you tonight. Referees signal to the table, signal to each other, and there's the whistle as we get set for the opening tip. Referee shares a few words with the men in the circle. Tip is up, and it's going to be Wisconsin. Reavers tips it right back to Trice. And we are set to go. Eli Brooks guarding the ball one-on-one. Michigan in a man-to-man defense. Trice passes inside to Potter. Potter with a nice bounce pass to Reavers. Reavers squaring up, working one-on-one against Isaiah Livers. Backs him down into the post. Pushes him with his head up with the right hand. Blocked by Livers. Great opening defensive possession for the Michigan Wolverines. Livers now driving hard with his right hand, taking him all himself all the way to the basket. Bounces twice off the rim and not going to go. So still scoreless here.
You know, if you're Michigan, you do like to see that they were able to get good defense on a height disadvantage from Livers.
Pass over to Potter. Potter working on the left wing against Hunter Dickinson. Pass to the corner to Ford. Ford bounce pass inside. This is Davison working one-on-ones against the much smaller Mike Smith. Hard take. Both men hit the floor. There's going to be no call. Ball goes out of bounds. Mike Smith stands his ground. And again, still going to be scoreless 1 minute into this game.
Good defense from Mike Smith. Don't want to get that size disadvantage. You don't want to see Mike Smith being posted up all the time, but that was good defense from Mike Smith.
Yeah, Brad Davison, not the biggest guy on the court at 6'4", but obviously Mike Smith much smaller. Eli Brooks now working in the short corner pass inside, delivers in the jam. Michigan takes an early lead, 2-0, and what an offensive set.
Just an easy pick play, got him open on the cut, and it was easy dunk right there for Livers.
Wisconsin now coming back down to the offensive end, looking for one of their own. Easy pass inside for Reavers. Reavers blocked by Hunter Dickinson. We've seen that from him all year long. Mike Smith not wasting any time. Livers showed the three from early. Kick back out to Smith again. His three ball off the back iron, not going to go. Reavers pulls that one down.
Still didn't see that good ball movement right there. Got the guy open that he wanted.
This is going to be Trice working hard. Pull-up jumper from the elbow, and Mike Smith on his back and gets that one to go. That's just textbook for Demetric Trice. 14.8 points per game this season. That's been his bread and butter. Livers on the outside. Gets a screen from Eli Brooks. His own pull-up jumper from the top of the key. He gets it to go. Michigan up 4-2 with 18 minutes left to play here in the first half.
Good ball movement early by Michigan. Gets them easy and open shots.
Wisconsin now working down. It is going to be Potter with the ball in the corner. Kicks it back up top. Wisconsin just dishing the ball all the way around the horn, just looking to make something happen. Potter with a dribble handoff to Trice. Trice with a pull-up three outside the arc, and it goes.
Wow. The man has made two really difficult in-your-face shots in a row It's going to be hard if you're Michigan to stop that.
Dickinson sets a high ball screen for Eli Brooks. Brooks all the way to the rack, and that's just an easy layup for the Wolverines. It's real hard to get around that big body of Hunter Dickinson standing at 7'2", and Eli Brooks just showing off his speed there. Michigan up 6-5.
No, Michigan's taking advantage of all the easy open passing lanes, and Wisconsin scarily is not being able to catch up on the evens.
Potter skip pass over to Reavers. Isaiah Livers with a nice closeout. Nothing going to happen there. Tips the ball away. Reavers able to recover. Livers tips it out of his hands again. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to retain Wisconsin possession as Wisconsin brings in their first sub. It's going to be Tyler Wall coming in for Reavers.
You have to imagine that this is coming in just to get some bigger guys out there. Hunter Dickinson has been able to open so much space for the Michigan offense up there.
Wall, the new substitution, inbounds to Trice. Trice with a nice in and out, kicks it back up top. Potter for three. That one's going to go off the back iron, and Eli Brooks pulls it down. Michigan out on the run. 6-5 here with just under 17 minutes left to play. Eli Brooks getting into the lane. Doesn't like what he sees. Picks up his dribble. Kicks outside to Livers. Livers lob pass inside to Dickinson. Dickinson, this is where he likes to play. Just dribbles his man down, but his layup not good.
Normally you see Dickinson made that in, but quickly the Wisconsin Badgers try to double team him.
Franz Wagner with the tip, get out in transition, and just lays it up and in. Great defensive possession there by Franz Wagner.
Didn't even see him coming, right from behind him.
We saw Wagner gain some height in the offseason. His arms are even longer. Just shows, as much of a great on-ball defender as he was last year, that height advantage this year just gives him even more as we have an off-ball foul. As the referee shares some words with Coach Juwan Howard, that one going to be on number 12, Mike Smith, his first, Michigan's team first.
And no, you brought up Franz Wagner's length. That's going to be, if he does leave this year and to go to the draft, that will be the number one thing that gets him drafted. He is long for his size. He could play guard anywhere from the 2 to the 5.
Trice the inbounder here, kicks to the corner. Ball gets kicked back up top to Potter. Potter with a dribble handoff to Trice coming in. Isaiah Livers guarding the ball. Ball now goes back inside to Potter. Potter working one-on-one against Dickinson. Dickinson stands his ground, tips the ball away. Ball loose on the floor. Eli Brooks jumps on it. Michigan able to force a turnover there. Ball pushing up in transition. Livers with a transition three. Got it! Michigan firing on all cylinders here. 11-5 is the score.
That's not an easy shot. That's an NBA three he just took out there. Great shot by Livers.
Isaiah Livers is amped up, playing well on both sides of the ball. Wisconsin drives hard, kicks outside. Potter for three, open, and he's going to knock that one down. Potter, even though he is a large body out there at 6'11", able to shoot the open jumper, he's got 2 jump shots to go for him now. Dickinson working one-on-one up top against Potter. Dribble handoff to Mike Smith. Smith drives hard to the lane, and we're going to have a foul called. As it looks like, couldn't tell if that was a foul call or a travel. Looked real close.
It looked like a travel to me. I'm not quite sure what they called, though.
The referees are going to discuss as one of the referees shares a word with Coach Juwan Howard, but showing on the replay board right now that amazing offensive possession. Eli Brooks getting on the floor, diving after that loose ball, kicks it up, and Isaiah Livers just banging that deep transition three.
Might have gotten away with a little bit of kicked ball from Eli Brooks on the open ball, but great defensive possession from Michigan. Michigan has been doing a lot to get their hands on the ball currently. That's something you love to see on defense. When the team that's very long, they're going to be susceptible to swipe away passes. You love to see it from Michigan.
Yeah, absolutely. Isaiah Livers been real active on defense early. He struggled with his jump shot so far this season. Hasn't been quite the knockdown shooter that we saw last year and throughout the rest of his career, but he's picking it up on the defensive end to make up for it. That one possession, Michigan didn't force a steal, but he did have 2 tips on the same possession, eventually tipped the ball out right near half court, forcing Wisconsin to run a sideline out of bounds set with just about 12 left on the shot clock.
Oh, yeah, Michigan's been playing great. I mean, you got guys like Hunter Dickinson, who should be the focus normally of the Michigan offense, just been opening passing lanes for Michigan. Michigan's routinely been finding ways to get around the center, get him open, and when they're surprisingly far ahead of the defender, even though they're not being blocked that well. It's crazy how particularly slow the Wisconsin defender seems to be, especially when the closeout blocks. When they are longer, in fact.
This Michigan team just looking vintage. The offense currently just flowing straight through Isaiah Livers. He has 7 of Michigan's 11 total points with 2 highlight reel plays, that deep transition 3 and that monster jam on the backdoor cut.
No, it's been ridiculous, and every other point has been on the easy drive-in layup. So you have to imagine that Livers loves how he feels, and you gotta love that every other guy is getting at least a decent look when they're making these shots. That Smith 3 that he missed, that was that's an open 3. You take those every single time even if they don't always go in.
This is something you love to see if you're Michigan, Up 11-8. I mean, it's a small lead, but over a top 10 team. And a very good Wisconsin team, especially when your leading scorer, Hunter Dickinson, hasn't had a bucket yet. You love to see that.
No, it looks a lot more fluid for the Michigan offense, which is what you want to see. And on the opposite side, Wisconsin's offense looks disjointed. It's like if Trice doesn't make magic happen, it's going to be a little disjointed. Sometimes there's a guy open that they get lucky and they find it, but not really much has been going well for Wisconsin recently. The score is not as close as the play has been on the floor.
Yeah, Demetric Trice, 2 for 2 on the night so far for 5 total points. He hit that deep transition 3. Potter cashing in the other 3 points for this Wisconsin team, rather. They've got 8. The score sits 11-8 as this timeout should be just wrapping up here.
This time, yeah. We still don't know the call yet. We still do not know if that was a travel or reaching.
Referees are signaling ball out of bounds on the side. Still don't know yet. No foul's been put up on the board.
I would believe that if it was travel, it would not. That looks like it would be Michigan's ball based on where the referee's standing. I think travel would bring it over to the close to the baseline. I'm not sure though.
It is going to be a travel called. So Wisconsin set to inbound. Tyler Wall set down. Brown looks like it's going to be to Demetric Trice, the point guard.
Well, there goes I guess.
Mike Smith down there discussing the call with the referee. Wanted a foul call, but obviously didn't go his way as Wisconsin got the ball on the travel. So they come down now. Jonathan Davis with the handoff and then backdoor cut and just absolutely swatted away by Franz Wagner.
You could see Franz Wagner get a little bit of a smirk out there. He knew he had that block if the guy was going to go up to the shot. Perfect timing, perfect using of his footwork. He was right there to get the block. Great move by Franz.
Davis beat Wagner with a speed backdoor, but then once he got the ball, Franz just absolutely sent that one to the bleachers. Trice working up one-on-one against Eli Brooks now. Brooks trying to force him left. Gets a high ball screen from Potter. Potter dishes over to the corner. Wisconsin's a nice ball movement here. Trice back. Some fancy dribble moves. Kicks out to Potter. Potter wanted the 3. Dishes it over at the end of the shot clock. That one's not going to go. That 3 ball coming from Brad Davison. Michigan able to pull down the rebound, so now they're on the go. Smith with a nice handoff to Eli Brooks. Brooks looking to make something happen here. Kicks back to Smith. Looking to facilitate some offense here. Double screen coming from Livers and Dickinson. All the time in the world. Mike Smith all the way to the rack. Draws contact. No call. His layup attempt doesn't even hit the rim, so Wisconsin out in transition. 3 ball from the corner. Not going to go, but Potter pulls it down, kicks it back out. Wide open 3 for Trice. His 3 ball not going to go. Tyler Wall pulls down the rebound. Hunter Dickinson swats it down. Wisconsin with 3 offensive rebounds, but can't get any of them to go.
No, you saw Franz Wagner with the easy closeout.
Speaking of Franz Wagner, just using his length to get around the much smaller Jonathan Davis with an easy wide open layup. Michigan holds a 5-point lead, 13-8. With 13:45 left to play.
So far, a very physical game. The refs are kind of just let them do whatever they want. That Mike Smith shot could have been a foul.
Ball kicked over to the wing to Jonathan Davis. Kicks inside to Micah Potter, working one-on-one against Dickinson. Dickinson standing his ground. Both men just bodying each other up, but Micah Porter eventually gets him inside and gets his layup. Score now 13-10. Smith over to his left hand, comes back, gets doubled real quick, but Wisconsin settling back. Ball inside to Hunter Dickinson, working one-on-one against Potter, looking for some redemption. Out to Wagner, right back to Dickinson, up with the left hand, that one way far. Dickinson airballs the floater, and Wisconsin's out in transition.
Great D by Potter, trying to get him to move to his left. Not a great move for Hunter Dickinson right there.
Potter with a great blur screen, getting Mike Smith caught up, and that just allows Trice to get all the way to the basket by himself. Score now 13-12 in favor of Michigan. Their lead cut to just 1 as Mike Smith crosses timeout and right in front of the scorer's table calls timeout.
Yeah, Hunter Dickinson's taking a little bit of time to get into into rhythm here on that dribble, on that back down. The defender had him right on his left shoulder, trying to get him to move to his left, and he just couldn't make that shot. It looked a little bit like a hook and a shot. Really weird shot. That just good defense from Wisconsin right there.
Micah Potter able to convert his own on the other end. A very similar size and shape of a player to Hunter Dickinson with that 6'10" frame, about a 7'1" wingspan, and he's just showing his veteran ability. The redshirt senior out of Mentor, Ohio, has years of experience on the much younger Hunter Dickinson, obviously the freshman.
Yes, but Hunter Dickinson does have 4 inches on him, so I don't know what we would take. Would you have the experience of 4 inches?
Personally, I don't know. With a guy as skilled as Hunter Dickinson, I would take the 4 inches. But coming out of the timeout, we have 2 substitutions for Michigan. Shawnee Brown's going to check in for Mike Smith, and Austin Davis back out there on the court for Hunter Dickinson. Good to see him healthy.
Yeah.
Wagner inbounds to Eli Brooks, dribbles all the way over to the right wing. Wagner now coming all the way through on a baseline cut. Bounce pass inside to Davis, looking to get into it early. 2 dribbles with the left hand. Lefty hook shot and gets that one to go. Davis, that's fundamental.
Got away with a little bit of a travel there, but you love to see Davis getting in early and getting physical early.
With 12:30 left to play, the score is 15-12. Davis working one-on-one against Wagner up top. Kicks to Wall. Wall with a nice lefty drive against Livers, but Franz Wagner again using that length to just tip it away out of bounds. It is going to stay Badgers ball.
Love to see that from Franz Wagner, just all day getting in the face of smaller defenders.
Ball's inbounded. Dribbled over to the right side and kicked back to Wall. Tyler Wall with a wide open 3, and he gets that one to go. Wisconsin takes the lead. Sorry, it's going to be tie game. 15-15, 12 minutes left to play here. Eli Brooks pushes Shawnee Brown all the way through. Kicks to Franz Wagner, gets a screen up top from Austin Davis. Over to Brown. Brown to the corner to Livers, who sets a ball screen. Michigan looking for some penetration here, just working the ball on the outside. Livers, hard lefty drive. Kicks back to his right hand, dishes outside. Shawnee Brown with the open 3. Got it, Michigan!
Ooh, the nasty backhanded pass right out to Shawnee Brown.
Isaiah Livers with just a great take on Trevor Anderson and kicks out to the lethal shooter, Shawnee Brown. Tyler Wall on a nice cut. His shot gets bodied off the backboard, and Michigan's out in transition. Isaiah Livers, what a block. Shawnee Brown gets all the way to the basket, and his shot gets tipped away. Loose ball. People are all over the ground. Looks like Austin Davis has got it, and it is going to stay Michigan possession on the jump ball. What a sequence right there.
Wow. That's Isaiah Livers' second block, and that was ferocious off the backboard. You love to see it. And now even on the loose ball, the big guy, Austin Davis, jumps right in there. I wouldn't want to be in the middle of that scrum if I was Wisconsin.
Absolutely not. Austin Davis has missed the past few games due to injury, did practice this week, and got back out there, and he's making an impact early, diving after loose balls and getting buckets of his own.
No, he's still the same physical player that he was last year. You love to see it. No, that injury has not seemed to change how he plays basketball, and that's what they're going to need from Austin Davis come season.
With 11:17 left in this first half, Michigan holding a 3-point lead, 18-15. Leading the way for the Wolverines is Isaiah Livers with 7 points and 3 rebounds, just playing well on both sides of the ball.
Not to mention being an excellent passer on that backhanded pass. That was one that threads a needle right to the guy. And Shawnee Brown just open, running daggers. I still think the only 3-point made by Michigan right so far.
Isaiah Livers has just looked fantastic so far. I mean, he's got pretty much 4 highlight plays just here in the first half alone. That backhanded assist to Shawnee Brown, that backdoor cut into the monster jam, that deep transition 3, and that shot that he just LeBron James chase down blocked off the backboard.
Oh, both of his blocks have been spectacular, and you love to see it because he's, again, 2 guys that are longer than him, bigger than him, and he's just getting up high, timing it very well, and getting the ball and getting all ball. That's really what we want to see from Michigan.
Michigan shooting really well so far in this contest. 8 for 14 total on the night. 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Those 2 coming from Shawnee Brown on that play that just closed out before the timeout, and that deep transition 3 from Isaiah Livers that we've mentioned so many times.
Shooting well, but Wisconsin's had more shots. They've been getting a lot of offensive rebounds, and that's been a problem for Michigan. Michigan has easily been playing the better basketball when the ball's in their hands, but Wisconsin's having many, many more shots to make those to get the ball in the basket. That's probably why Austin Davis is in. He's doing the more physical offensive rebounder, and he's been showing it already as he's been in the game.
Michigan's been very disciplined so far in this one, except for a few possessions here and there. One possession that comes to mind is that one where they gave up 3 offensive rebounds to this Wisconsin Badgers team. All 3 of Wisconsin's offensive rebounds came on that one possession, but luckily Michigan able to escape that one rather. Without letting up a bucket, the defense has looked fantastic so far.
Oh, yeah. The defense has been fantastic, but the bodies still need to get out there. Wisconsin has looked a bit more like the physical team out there, even though you got those 2 highlight blocks from Livers.
Coach DeJuan Howard sharing some words with his players in the circle. Looks like Brandon Johns Jr. has checked in. Looks like it's for Isaiah Livers.
There we go.
As both coaches just wrapping up here. Both teams so far this season have had phenomenal seasons. I mean, Wisconsin ranked number 9 in the country, 10-2 total record, 4-1 in conference. Michigan a perfect 10-0, ranked number 7.
Yeah, Wisconsin came into the season with lofty expectations, expecting to, I think, being the second favorite to win the Big Ten outside of Iowa. And Michigan has come in with low expectations and exceeded them beyond. No, I don't think anyone expected them to be the 7th-ranked team in the country and one of 3 undefeated teams in the whole state, in the whole world.
Absolutely not. I mean, we've had stellar play from young guys like Wagner and Hunter Dickinson, and then just the veterans coming in. Mike Smith and Shawnee Brown, both transfer students, have been making a huge impact. Inbounds pass from Eli Brooks to Shawnee Brown, and we are back in the action. Brandon Johns Jr. with a slip screen on Franz Wagner. Wagner working inside. Nice fundamental move back to his left hand, but misses. Austin Davis running after the loose ball, but can't get there in time. Wisconsin ball going the other way.
I could have sworn that ball was going in, just missed the net by a little bit, but great move by Franz Wagner using his length to get right past the guy.
A lean forward, inbounds to Trevor Anderson. Anderson working one-on-one against Eli Brooks. Kicks over to Jonathan Davis. Ball getting moved inside now. Potter working one-on-one against Austin Davis. Nice lefty finish up and under, and the score now sits 18-17 in favor of the Wolverines.
Just a quick move to get past the physical nature of Austin Davis right there.
Dribble handoff to Wagner. Wagner kicks outside to Shawnee Brown. Brown a deep 3 off the front of the rim, not going to go. Rebound Jonathan Davis. He's pushing up in transition now on the left-hand side. Gets a nice blur screen from Potter. Kicks back out, pick and pop. That one not going to go. Rebound Wagner. Franz Wagner will take it himself, brings it over half court. Pushes Shawnee Brown through, and now dribble handoff of his zone to Eli Brooks. Austin Davis comes up, sets the ball screen on the left-hand side of Brooks. Brooks kicks out to Shawnee Brown, who shows his shot, not going to pull. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Another high ball screen from Austin Davis. Brooks drives, doesn't like what he sees, kicks to the corner. Franz Wagner for 3, and he gets it to go.
You could tell it was not the shot he wanted, but he was confident, took the shot, made a deep 3. You love to see it.
Wagner in the corner showed his shot, then a little jab move, decided to pull and gets it to go. 21-17 is the score. Austin Davis closely guarding Micah Potter up top. Potter tried some fancy dribble moves, didn't work, kicks out to Brad Davison. Davison trying to work all this way to the rack, working against a much taller Davison, gets the and 1. Great take there by Brad Davison. Davison 10 points a game so far in the season.
Blows by him and practically jumps into the chest. Just nothing you can do if you're Austin Davis, but hope he doesn't foul him.
Substitutions for both teams. Trevor Anderson's going to take a seat for Wisconsin as Demetric Trice checks back in, and Austin Davis is going to head to the bench, and Mike Smith walks over, shares some words with Coach DeJuan Howard, and Hunter Dickinson checks in for him.
Yeah.
The free throw, not going to go. Rebound Wagner. 21-19 is the score with 9:30 left to play here in the first half. Mike Smith working one-on-one against Demetric Trice. Gets a high ball screen for Hunter Dickinson. Kicks out. Shawnee Brown wanted the shot. Passes up to Wagner, who just gets it stolen away. Wisconsin out transition. Can't convert as they just bobble the ball, and Franz Wagner with the steal after his own mistake. Mike Smith driving hard with his right hand. Gets all the way to the basket. Fancy finish. Gets fouled. His layup attempt doesn't go, so he's going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
That burst he had as he got from the top of the key to the restricted area in half a second. Ridiculous burst from Mike Smith. That's what you like to see.
You know what? A lot of these longer guys, you see them able to get to the rack through traffic in about one dribble from the three-point line. Mike Smith took about 2 or 3, but he's just so fast. This Wisconsin team couldn't catch up with him. Smith takes a deep breath and knocks down the first free throw, scoring now 22-19 in favor of the Wolverines. Isaiah Livers is going to check back in. Franz Wagner's going to head to the bench. And Jonathan Davis is going to head to the bench for the Wisconsin Badgers as Tyler Wall checks back in. Second free throw for Mike Smith, up and good. 23-19 is the score. Shawnee Brown doing what he loves to do, picking up full court, gets hit with a hard screen. Hits the ground, the referees aren't going to call it.
2 hard screens.
Driving baseline is Brad Davison. His layup not going to go, just missed it himself, didn't really have any pressure on him. Isaiah Livers lob pass inside to Dickinson. Dickinson driving to the baseline with his left hand, kicks it out to Mike Smith. Smith showed a shot, didn't like what he sees, kicks opposite to Isaiah Livers. Livers with a nice step back, gets his man to fall, kicks to the corner. Brandon Johns Jr. Another highlight play.
Isaiah Livers is having himself a game tonight. Dribble move, see if we can find the replay, but just crosses up the guy.
The announcer said Tyler Wall issued with a flop warning. He hit the deck pretty hard. Isaiah Livers, what an unselfish play. Had the highlight reel all locked up, making his man fall. Decided to kick to the corner to Brandon Johns Jr., who was more open as his man was closing out to him. Love to see unselfish basketball from the veteran. Shawnee Brown, great man-to-man defense on Demetric Trice. This crowd is amped up with the fans in limited capacity as we have an off-ball foul. That one on Micah Potter. Illegal screen on Mike Smith. Smith doing a great job to draw that foul.
You love to see how the benches are reacting. They have been really getting into it the last couple of possessions. Hunter Dickinson was getting yelled at his face by the sideline players.
Reavers is going to check back in. Haven't seen Nate Reavers in a minute for this Wisconsin team. Shawnee Brown kicks up top to Brandon Johns Jr. Johns Jr. over to Smith. Demetric Trice guarding him closely one-on-one. Gets the ball screen from Hunter Dickinson. Kicks outside. Brandon Johns Jr., Shawnee Brown, and Isaiah Livers all kind of trapped there. All stuck together. Mike Smith with a nice backdoor cut. Drives hard to the baseline. Picks up his dribble. Kicks out. Shawnee Brown. Brown for 3. Not going to go. Hit every part of the rim in the backboard, but eventually falls out. Rebound, Halim Ford. Trice again with some fancy dribble moves. Pull up 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound, Brandon Johns Jr. Looked like he was going to go in transition. Decided to slow it up and give it to a guard. That guard being Mike Smith. 26-19 with 7:30 left to play. Both teams scoreless in the past couple seconds here. Mike Smith dribbling right over in front of the scorer's table. Shot clock hits 10. Double screen coming from Johns Jr. and Hunter Dickinson. Smith just gets the ball stripped from him, and that's Brad Davison driving all the way to the rack. Blocked from behind is Shawnee Brown. Brown jumped over Brad Davison and just sent that one into the Michigan bench. What a block.
A lot of physicality in this game so far. That was a close block, too. He was right on top of him, but got all ball. I love to see the refs letting them play. And you could also on that steal, you could just see Jawan Howard just frustrated. But it's good to see Michigan knows how to recover when they make mistakes.
Michigan, 3 turnovers so far in this contest. Not something you like to see, but you love to see the hustle on the other end. Brad Davison got that steal. Michigan didn't make it easy, and Shawnee Brown came from all the way on the opposite side of the court. We saw it last game where he picked up that loose ball and came in for a dunk. This time on the defensive side, ran. Davison was kind of falling as he shot it, and Shawnee Brown just leaped over him and, like I said, blocked that one right into the Michigan bench.
No, and what's also been incredibly noticeable from this team is also just the lack of big play on both sides. The bigs have not been getting it in down low as much as you would have thought. Michigan has a height advantage from Hunter Dickinson, but they've been doing a really good job of bodying him all day.
Yeah, this one so far pretty much a guard-dominated contest. Michigan's, just fundamental bigs, Hunter Dickinson and Austin Davis, only sharing 2 points between the two of them. Those, of course, going to Austin Davis, who had that nice lefty floater early, and Brandon Johns Jr., who usually plays kind of a stretch 4 to the 5. His 3 points coming from a knockdown 3.
Yeah, but coming from nicely, but all day Michigan's just been moving the ball really well on the perimeter, and Yeah, off a crazy dribble move from Livers, he got that 3 off right in the corner.
Michigan's defense has been holding strong here since in the minutes leading up to this timeout. Wisconsin scoreless in the past 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Michigan spreading the love all the way around. 4 total assists as a team. Isaiah Livers just has a complete game going on right now. I mean, 2 assists of his own, 3 rebounds, and 7 points. And add in those 2 blocks, and he's having himself a day.
No, looking like a little Draymond Green out there. If Draymond Green was more of a scorer, just doing everything on the court, and also underrated, being a great outlet, being a great passer. It seems like every play they're going at least through Livers at least once or twice if they're trying to get an open shot.
Michigan on pace for their usual scoring average, which is great to see, especially since Hunter Dickinson still scoreless. The leading scorer for this Wolverines team is yet to put one through the bottom of the net. No,
Wisconsin's been doing good about being big and physical down there. That's why I assume Austin Davis came in a little sooner than we thought it would, just to get some energy and some physicality. But Wisconsin's been doing really well at getting in as being really physical down the low block.
Micah Potter, as we said, 3 to 4 inches shorter than Hunter Dickinson, but he just got, close to 15 pounds on him. Just a big body down there, able to stand his ground. As the timeout horn sounds and both teams head back out onto the court. For Wisconsin, it's going to be Ford, Davis, Wall, Trice, and Reavers. For the Wolverines, Dickinson, Smith, Johns Jr., Livers, and Eli Brooks. With 7:08 left to play in the first half, the score sits 26-19 as Trice set the inbound for the Badgers underneath the basket. Kicks it inside. Ball gets kicked up top to Reavers. Dribble handoff to Trice. Stops him cold in his tracks. Eli Brooks guarding the ball. Ball swung to the outside, driving hard with his left hand as Jonathan Davis gets tipped away from behind. Kicks out. Reavers with a deep 2. That one's going to go. Wisconsin passes that 20-point mark, sitting at 21 now. 26-21. 6:45 left to play in the first half.
Yeah, Michigan defense completely confused. That was an open driving lane if it wasn't tipped.
Hunter Dickinson sets an off-ball screen and then an on-ball. Livers drives, kicks out to Eli Brooks. Brooks' 3 off the front of the rim, not going to go. Rebound pulled down by Tyler Wall. Trice driving hard with the left hand, getting all the way to the basket. Scoop layup, too short. Reavers pulls down the rebound, though. Hunter Dickinson working one-on-one defense, but what a finish by Nate Reavers. Faked on the right side of the basket, got Dickinson to leave his feet and go back up and under with the left hand. Score now sits 26-23. Dickinson all by himself up top, looking for something. Handoff to Mike Smith. Smith wanted the pull-up jumper from the elbow, decided not to pull it. Ball swings around now to Dickinson posting up. Double coming. Mike Smith driving hard inside to Isaiah Livers. His layup not going to go. Got his own rebound and missed it again.
Excellent defense coming out of that timeout for Wisconsin so far.
Trice driving hard. Kicks outside to Reavers. Reavers with a deep 3. Not going to go. Not really his game. Isaiah Livers pulls down the rebound. Kicks it up to Mike Smith in transition. Smith with a nice right-to-left cross. Comes back to his right hand. Lob inside to Hunter Dickinson. Up and in. That's going to be Hunter Dickinson's first bucket of the night. The freshman finally on the scoreboard.
No, they've been doing a really good job on double teaming and getting him out there. Hunter Dickinson finally got on the cutting lane this time.
Ball tipped away by Isaiah Livers, but Wisconsin able to keep it in their own hands. Trice up top to Reavers. Reavers gets called with a travel. That one pretty blatant.
Yep.
As 2 Michigan substitutions check in. Hunter Dickinson and Brandon Johns Jr. are going to head to take a rest, and Franz Wagner and the senior Austin Davis checking back in.
Yep, normally with the crossover, you have to use your hands to do it, not just your feet. So good call from the referees.
Livers inbounds to Mike Smith as we have a timeout called. A malfunction with the shot clock. Referee catches that one, so hadn't started. It's going to go down to 27 seconds, and Michigan set to inbound again. Smith calling out a play. Austin Davis comes and sets that high ball screen. Smith, pull-up jumper from the elbow. That one going to hit every part of the rim and fall out. Rebound by number 1, Jonathan Davis. Score 28-23 with just under 5 minutes left to play here in this first half. Trice coming off that dribble handoff, going back to his left. Kicks up top. This is a lean forward. His 3 ball not going to go. Rebound. Looked like it was going to be Franz Wagner. He tried to pull it down, but pulls it down off his own foot. Wisconsin's going to keep it underneath.
Yeah, just weird fundamentals right there from Franz Wagner. It looks like he's swinging down, trying to knock it out of the air.
He's working closely against Tyler Wall, just trying to pull it down over an equally tall player. Ball up top. Trice showed his shot. Sidestep for the three. Not going to pull. Kicks outside. 3-ball attempt from Jonathan Davis isn't going to go. Michigan pushing in transition now, not wasting any time. Wisconsin able to stop the break. Michigan in a set now. Isaiah Livers for three. That one drops right down through. Isaiah Livers having a game.
A man in his face. He is in a zone tonight.
4 of 6 from the field. 2 for 2 from three. Isaiah Livers has 10 points. 31-23 is the score. Driving hard with his left hand is Davis. His shot all the way to the backboard. Going to be blocked by Franz Wagner. Mike Smith now in transition. Kicks outside. And it's going to be a tip ball. That one looks like it went off Tyler Wall. Demetric Trice hit the ground hard.
Nice little flop from Demetric Trice. I don't think he was touching transition when he flopped.
Mike Smith just able to start and stop so quickly. That low center of gravity in his 5'10" frame. As another timeout is called. It's this one the under 4 media timeout with 3:49 left to play. Michigan holds a comfortable lead, 31-23.
No, I think it's the biggest lead of the night, and Michigan has earned it through through really good play, smarter defense than they were doing earlier, and also the elite play of Isaiah Livers, who made one of the toughest threes I've seen him make in his whole career not long ago.
Wisconsin struggling to put the ball in the basket right now. 0 of their last 4, haven't scored in the last 2.5 minutes, and that's dangerous to see if you're this Badgers team, especially with a Michigan team that is so proficient on offense.
Yeah, Michigan's proficient enough. If you let them get away, these little guards can get by you and make these threes. Michigan is shown to be they do not give up turnovers often, so you need to get on Michigan and play physical. One thing I have liked about the Badgers, though, they have been willing to get into little scrums here and there. Oftentimes after a rebound, you'll see someone under a Michigan player. It's just how it works. That Franz Wagner missed rebound was because someone was right under him in the perfect position.
Isaiah Livers just having an absolutely phenomenal game so far in this contest. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, filling out the score sheet all the way through. Also playing a really clean game. No turnovers for him and no personal fouls either.
No turnovers and picking his spots super well on defense. When it's not crazy blocks, he's getting the guy to make a pass on an open passing lane. You'd love to see it from Isaiah Livers.
Speaking of clean basketball, this Wisconsin team has done a great job of playing good defense without fouling. Over 16 minutes into this contest, they just have 2 personal fouls as a team as opposed to Michigan's 6.
Yeah, they've been calling a really clean game from Wisconsin. Not a lot of fouls. There's been a lot of contact, but they've been doing really good about picking their spots. It's good to see for the Michigan. It's good to see the refs not getting too involved in this game.
You know, if there was a night, if any, to have a great shooting performance, this Michigan team sure picked a good one in this top 10 matchup. Currently shooting 50% from the floor.
Wow.
12 for 24 and over 50% from 3 at 5 for 9.
That's impressive because Michigan is not known to have the sharpest of shooters. They have pretty good free-point shooters, but they do not have the Duncan Robinsons and Nick Stauskas like they used to. They don't have their go-to guy. They have been collectively shooting the ball a lot better as of recently.
I mean, both Michigan teams, the men's and women's, have both been playing outstanding basketball. Both teams still undefeated. The women will head to Wisconsin on Thursday to play them. They are currently ranked 12th in the nation, their highest ranking. And obviously this men's team currently sitting at number 7 in the country.
No, if you're Michigan, you're really proud of what their basketball teams have been producing, especially since the Michigan football team has been letting up fans down. But Michigan has been having a really good resurgence in all sports as of recently. Michigan baseball has been pretty good. Michigan basketball, Michigan hockey. All the Michigan teams seem to be doing very well recently.
Coming out of the timeout, it's going to be Tyler Wall to inbound on the full court. Eli Brooks applying some pressure to Demetric Trice. Trice just kind of blowing by Eli Brooks. Kicks it to Franz Wagner. Steals all alone in transition and slams it down. That pass in transition from Demetric Trice was intended for Jonathan Davis, but Franz Wagner, again, just using that length and getting ahead of it.
Yeah, that looks to be his 3rd steal of the game, just being a complete sniper out there.
Michigan was in a 2-2-1 full court zone press and has settled back into man-to-man defense. Ball on the ground. Mike Smith takes it out in transition. Wide open layup for the grad transfer, and Wisconsin calls another timeout. Michigan on a 7-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds. We do have a man down. Looks like it's Demetric Trice. He got on the ground for that loose ball, but he is up and walking under his own power.
It's hard to tell if he was sitting because he was frustrated or because injured. But if he is injured, that is huge for the Wisconsin Badgers. You rarely lose your leading scorer and tend to rebound very well.
Trice on the sidelines talking to the trainer. He looks to be fine. He's walking off under his own power, but they're going to go check him out. I mean, if you're Wisconsin, especially as competitive as they've been this year, you don't want to lose a guy like Demetric Trice.
No, losing your leading scorers, but it didn't look too bad. Just looked like he slipped, maybe rolled something a little bit as he got like the wrong angle behind him. He looks to be fine, but you really hope for the best when it's Demetric Trice. You want the best. You want to beat the best. And you want to beat your best players out there.
Trice nearly 15 points a game on the season, but it's not like this is something unique. Last season was third team All Big Ten, a key part of this Wisconsin Badgers team and the success they've had in the last couple of years.
Yeah, especially. I mean, normally they've been playing off their big men this year, but their star for the first time in what seems like a while has been a guard.
Number 12, Tyler Anderson, is going to check in for the injured Trice. Michigan now coming out in a 2-3 zone out of the timeout. Wisconsin looking for something. Brad Davison swings over, kicks to Jonathan Davis. Mike Smith and Franz Wagner at the top of the zone, driving inside, getting penetration is Reavers. His shot way off the mark. Austin Davis pulls down that rebound.
Michigan seeming to get into a real rhythm as a basketball team outside this timeout.
Franz Wagner cuts all the way through. Mike Smith dribbling up top, kicks it to Isaiah Livers. Gets a ball screen from Davis. A little step back, decides not to pull it. Kicks inside to Davis now on the lob pass, working one-on-one against Reavers. Great help defense there from Tyler Wall. He comes over and tips it out of the hands of Davis, who was trying to do some dribble moves down low. Michigan is going to keep the possession, though.
You know, recently Michigan is having trouble getting away from the lead. They're doing a really good job of playing perfect basketball. Oh, wow.
Franz Wagner inside, and he hams it down.
Didn't even see him there. He thought the inbound wasn't coming yet.
Eli Brooks with great vision on the baseline, kicks to the opposite corner to Franz Wagner, who drives and just puts Reavers on a poster.
Did you see Anderson completely shocked by the inbound pass? That was amazing. I don't think I've ever seen something like that.
Brad Davison working one-on-one against Mike Smith. Smith running all the way around him. Now, 3-ball outside for Nate Reavers, not going to go. Wagner pulls down the rebound, and Michigan out in transition. They're on a run here, 11-0 in the past 3.5 minutes. 37-23 is the score with just under 2 minutes left to play. Mike Smith dribbles over, shares some words with Coach Juwan Howard, getting the play call. Kicks to Isaiah Livers. Livers for three. Going to go off the front of the rim. Not going to go. Austin Davis there for the tip. Can't get it to go. He hits the ground, and Wisconsin out on the run now. Tyler Anderson with the ball. Kicks back over to Jonathan Davis, working one-on-one against Wagner. Kicks over to Reavers. Reavers back to Anderson. Anderson driving hard with the left hand. Loses it, tipped away by Franz Wagner. It's going to stay Wisconsin Badgers ball underneath.
Franz Wagner being a pickpocket tonight, just knocking balls out of people's hands.
Demetric Trice checking back in for Jonathan Davis. Good to see that he's healthy. Shawnee Brown's going to check in for Isaiah Livers with 1:23 left to play here in this first half. Michigan holding a 14-point lead, 37-23. Trice kicks inside. Corner three from Aleem Ford. That one's going to roll around and not fall. Eli Brooks pulls down the board. Brooks trying to get some penetration. Kicks outside. Mike Smith showed his shot. Didn't like what he saw. He's going to dribble out now. Michigan doing a great job of controlling the clock. Smith going up deep on that left wing, as he's done pretty much every position so far. Step back three. What a move. Gets it to go. Michigan shooting the lights out right now. Highlight reel play from Mike Smith.
In the stadium are going insane for that step back right there.
Shawnee Brown picking up full court. He is active on defense. This whole Michigan team is amped up right now. Tyler Wall kicks over to Davison. Davison guarding by Mike Smith. Gets a screen from Reavers. Michigan now has to switch back. Franz Wagner doing a nice job of getting over, and it's going to be an off-ball screen called. That one looks to be on Franz Wagner. Yep, it is. Honestly, if you're Michigan, you take that foul there. It's only Franz's first, and he fouled trying to get that mismatch off. Reavers, the 6'10", was sitting on Mike Smith. Reavers now working a one-on-one against Austin Davis. Much better height matchup if you're Michigan there. Brad Davison trying to go to his right hand, kicks back to his left. Driving hard through traffic, gets all the way to the rack, hits the ground. That ball is going to go off Shawnee Brown, but Shawnee Brown does not care. He is amped up right now.
No, Shawnee Brown loves to be physical, loves to disrupt shots. You can see how happy he is about that right there.
Davison with a nice right-to-left cross and got all the way to the basket, but hits the deck, guarded closely by Mike Smith, but
did he just lose possession in the air? It looked like nobody touched the ball.
Isaiah Livers quick sprints to the table to check in before the inbounds. With 17 seconds left to play, he's going to check in for Austin Davis. Michigan holding a big lead, 40-23. Trice looking for an inbound, lobs it up top to Tyler Wall. Wall driving on Isaiah Livers, doesn't like what he sees, kicks out to Trice. Trice most likely going to hold for the last shot here. Shawnee Brown on the ball. The switch is now Isaiah Livers. Livers guarding Trice. Trice getting inside, looking for something at the buzzer. Loses it. Wisconsin's not going to get a shot up. This Michigan team is amped up.
Wow. You don't see this. You rarely see this like energy coming out for a half in a game with a sold-out stadium. The fans in the stadium and probably the family members are livid right now. It's fantastic to watch if you're a Michigan basketball fan.
Just basketball is a game of runs. This game was close early. Michigan just absolutely blowing it open late in that first half. They went on a 14-2 run in the last 5.5 minutes. Wisconsin just 1 for 10, 3 turnovers in the last 6.5 minutes. So Michigan taking advantage of every mistake late in that first half. The story of the game so far, you guessed it, Isaiah Livers, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks, and Franz Wagner having a game of his own. 11 points, 4 blocks, 3 steals. He's had himself a game.
4 blocks from Wagner?
Sorry, 1 block, 4 rebounds is what I meant to say. But 3 steals for Franz.
No, and
that's a great defensive start.
And that doesn't go to show all the passes that he's tipped that haven't been stolen. I've counted like at least 3 or 4. He's been great out there, especially when their star player Hunter Dickinson has not been playing to his expectations.
Yeah, Dickinson, this team's leading scorer, only 2 points so far on the night, but Michigan at the half holding a 40-23 lead. With that being said, that is going to do it for WCBN Sports' first half coverage of Michigan basketball. Join us back here in about 13 minutes for the second half. Welcome back to WCBN Sports here on YouTube. My name is Charlie Brigham. Alongside me, Andrew Miller, and we are getting set for second half coverage of this top 10 matchup between the number 7 Michigan Wolverines and the number 9 ranked Wisconsin Badgers. So far in that first half, Michigan just dominating. At the end of that first half, went on a big run. They currently hold a 17-point lead. 40-23 is the score going into the second half. Miller, what have you seen for the keys for both teams so far?
Well, Michigan's been playing fantastic defense all game. Early on, it seemed, though, as Michigan couldn't capitalize on defensive mistakes. Could only capitalize on defensive mistakes, not good defensive possessions. But that was not the case towards the end of the half. Where they just turned it on. 14-0 run for 5.5 minutes. That's insane. Michigan's keep doing a good job of playing good defense and capitalizing on mistakes. You want to see them hold that level of dominance as they go into the next half.
The duo of Franz Wagner and Isaiah Livers has just been absolutely lethal so far in this contest. Livers, 10 points, shooting 4 for 7 from the field. Toss in 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 assists. He's having himself a night. And in terms of Franz Wagner, 11 points on 5 of 6 from the field, 4 rebounds, 1 block, 3 steals. He's looked great on both sides of the ball. What even doesn't show up in that stat sheet besides those 3 steals is he's just had tons and tons of deflections and just poked away dribbles that, obviously didn't go in favor of Michigan, but just absolutely active on both ends of the floor. Going to be great to see what happens in the second half.
Not just that, the closeout blocks. There have been times when there's an open shooter and he misses a 3 because Franz Wagner's wrist is over his head. It's insane, the man's length for his size. Not to mention he's silky smooth out there. Just been playing great basketball. It's honestly him and Livers been running the show today.
The starting 5 is out there for the Badgers to open up that second half. The original, it's going to be number 0, Trice, number 11, Potter, number 35, Reavers, number 34, Davison, and number 2, Ford. For the Michigan Wolverines, it's going to be Mike Smith, Hunter Dickinson, Isaiah Livers, Eli Brooks, and Franz Wagner. Going to be Badger possession to open up this second half. And here we go. Ford inbounding to Trice, working one-on-one against Eli Brooks. Kicks it up top to Potter, guarded closely by Hunter Dickinson. Swings it over to Davison. Davison now to Trice. Trice working hard off a high ball screen from Potter. Long skip pass to the other side to Ford. Ford with a nice fake to the right-hand side, all the way to the rack, and one. Franz Wagner called for the foul there. Aleem Ford with a great move off the skip pass. Hard jab step to his right and just beat Wagner on the baseline with his left hand.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of Ford in the first half, but that's what you want to see if you're Wisconsin, just physicality, getting at him early.
Ford's free throw is going to drop down. Those are his first 3 points of the night on only 3 attempts total. Mike Smith now working up, kicks over to Isaiah Livers on the edge. He's guarded by Reavers. Up top to Wagner. Wagner inside to Dickinson, squaring up, working hard to the basket, up with the left hand. Not going to go, but a foul is called. That one on number 11, Micah Potter.
Still great footwork by Potter that just got into his face. Hunter Dickinson normally wins off that dribble move. Just good defense on Potter, even though it was a foul. You're lucky to get away with it.
Dickinson, a 74% free throw shooter, as he steps to the line for his first 2 attempts of the night. Wolverines sharing some words up top, scheduling their game plan. The lefty knocks down the first free throw. Score now 41-26 with about 30 seconds elapsed here in this second half. Substitution for this Wisconsin Badgers team. Micah Potter is going to go take a seat, and Tyler Wall checks back in.
A little small ball action.
Tyler Wall's had a great night so far. Hasn't been too productive on the scoring end, only with 3 points, but toss in 4 rebounds and an assist. Michigan now back to this press, running a 2-2-1 full court zone press. Trice breaks it easily, kicks it up to Reavers, who gives it right back. Michigan settling into a 2-3 zone. It's Brooks and Smith up top. Wisconsin swinging the ball around the outside. Penetration now. Tyler Wall working one-on-one against Dickinson. Dickinson with the block and kicks it right back out to Mike Smith. Michigan out in transition, and they're running.
He's just too tall to make that shot. It's just an unfortunate circumstance of going against Hunter Dickinson.
Mike Smith had the run, but decided to slow it down. Inside to Dickinson. Dickinson squares up to the basket. Kicks it right back to Mike Smith, who went all the way through on a cut. Kicks to the corner. Wagner with an open 3. Not going to go. Dickinson, though, grabs the rebound, kicks it outside to Eli Brooks. Ball now swung to the corner. Mike Smith with an easy drive on the baseline.
Fast. After the pump fake, he was there in T-minus half a second. Great move by Mike Smith right there.
Michigan showed that 2-3 zone early in this possession. Now went to the man-to-man defense. Wagner with another tip, working one-on-one against Aleem Ford. The Badgers have to get something going here. 44-26 is the score. Deep three from Reavers. That one's going to go off the back iron. Eli Brooks with the rebound, kicks it over to Mike Smith. Ball gets swung all the way around the horn. Lob pass inside to Dickinson, working hard with the left hand. His layup not going to go. Tip, sitting on the rim for a second. Loose ball. It's going to be Aleem Ford picking it up. It's going to be a foul called on Hunter Dickinson on the ground. Him and Tyler Wall got into a little bit of a scuffle.
Wisconsin's just doing a good job of getting at the ball when Hunter Dickinson's up there. They know he has the height. They know he's graceful down there. They're just getting to the ball early and disrupting his rhythm.
As they show that Mike Smith layup on the replay board, just his speed has been absolutely lethal so far in this game. Just applying a great advantage when needed when playing against a much bigger team like Wisconsin. Reavers kicks it over to Davison. Davison over to Trice. Eli Brooks playing great man-to-man defense, not letting him catch it again. Trice with a pull-up three. Not going to go. Wagner with the rebound. He's out and running. Kicks up to Eli Brooks. Brooks transition three. That one goes. Michigan can't miss right now. 47-26 is the score.
No, still at 50% from three. You love to see Michigan basketball just draining from outside.
Davison with a little handoff to Aleem Ford, who kicks it over to Trice, now sets the ball scheme. Trice working one-on-one against Franz Wagner. His length has proved effective all game. Trice getting all the way. Looked like he was trying to throw that lob pass out to Tyler Wall. Wall just throws it away. That was a sloppy offensive possession from the Badgers. Trice got all the way to the rim. Didn't like what he saw because Hunter Dickinson applied the pressure. Threw a lob pass out to Tyler Wall, who kind of had to jump out of bounds, grab it, and try to throw it back in, and just sailed it over the backboard.
Couldn't even that looked like he just threw it away like a football pass. Didn't even look like he was trying to take a shot.
2 substitutions for the Badgers. Potter's going to check back in, as well as Jonathan Davis. Livers bounces into Mike Smith, and Michigan back out on the offensive attack. Ball screen from Hunter Dickinson. Lob from Smith. Dickinson unable to dunk it, but pulls it back down, up and under with the left hand, and that's an easy bucket.
You can only stop him for so long. He's just so big and graceful that if he gets under you, it's likely going in.
If Hunter Dickinson gets the ball under the basket like that, I'd like to see anybody try to stop him. Speaking of Dickinson, he's guarding the ball up top now. It's Potter. Potter with a handoff to Trice. Isaiah Livers jumps the passing lane intended for Tyler Wall. Some miscommunication there. Isaiah Livers thought he had it. Him and Tyler Wall both going after the ball there after the tip pass. It is going to stay with the Badgers. Coach DeJuan Howard doesn't like that call. Shares some words with the referee. Davis with the inbounds pass to Potter. Potter now working with 6 on the shot clock. Trying to show off right against the freshman. Up with the right hand, not going to go. Hunter Dickinson pulls down the rebound. Great defense there by the freshman phenom. Mike Smith driving hard with his right hand, steps back. Decides to pull it out. Nice bounce pass inside to Dickinson. Dickinson right through the lane. Lefty hook shot.
Woo! You love to see it.
Dickinson starting to fire on all cylinders now. He's got 8. Ramping it up here late. 51-26 is the score as Trice. His pull-up jumper from the elbow. No good. Michigan, what a run. 11-0 in the past 4 minutes. Livers kicks outside to Mike Smith. Why not? That one goes! Michigan cannot miss right now.
Officially double the score of Wisconsin. You'd love to see it out there.
This Michigan team is hyped. The team storms the court as Wisconsin takes a timeout with 15:30 left to play here in a top 10 matchup. The number 7 ranked Michigan Wolverines holds a 54-26 lead over the number 9 ranked Wisconsin Badgers.
I'll tell you what, I have been to many Michigan basketball games. I have never seen them that aggressively hyped in my life. They look happy. They look ferocious. They look, gosh darn, ready out there. You love to see it from the Michigan basketball team. They are firing on all cylinders And even more importantly, they are making the Wisconsin Badgers look foolish out there.
You got to love the culture that Juwan Howard has built in his short time here. Everybody on the bench, Michigan yet to really go for the reinforcements. There's a lot of players still wearing their warm-ups, but they call a timeout and they storm the court like they just won the national championship. This team is pumped up. Score 54-26 with 15:30 left to play. Michigan's been shooting the lights out. 21 from 38 from the field, 8 for 14 for 57% from beyond the arc. And wow, they've been playing really well, leading the rebound battle 26 to Wisconsin's 20, and the assist battle as well 9 to Wisconsin's 3. They're just playing well on both sides of the ball.
It's been incredible. Michigan's been doing exactly what they want to show on a big stage at the biggest games. They show they can hang with any competition. Michigan has to feel really good about their chances in the Big Ten right now.
Michigan closing in on 4 players in double digits. Livers,
Wow.
Smith, and Wagner have 10, 12, and 11 respectively. Hunter Dickinson, who was slow to start early, now has 8 points on his little run there before the timeout. Wisconsin yet to get a player in double digits. Trice and Potter both have 7, but that's as high as it goes.
No, even then, you still got Brooks, who's 5 away from 10. It's been incredible to watch. You might see some bench players come in really soon for Michigan as it looking already a near 30-point lead in the Michigan Wolverines.
Wisconsin has used 2 of their second half timeouts.
Unbelievable. Michigan's just been on a roll and been dialed in defensively. That 2-3 zone has been confusing. It shows that Juwan Howard is not letting his foot off the gas and just trying to still confuse the Wisconsin Badgers, even though they're almost 30 points.
Badgers 8 total turnovers on the night. They've been sloppy on the offensive end. Going to have to clean it up. Really just stop giving Michigan easy buckets. If this Michigan Wolverines team is going to beat you, you're going to want to make them beat you just on tough, pull-up jumpers. That's not really their game. Potter did a really nice job early of, kind of taking Hunter Dickinson out of his element, around the rim, applying pressure, but Michigan they can't miss right now.
No, they're looking fantastic out there. It's going to be interesting how Wisconsin responds, if they can at all, to this onslaught that's going on out there.
If you're Wisconsin, you got to start taking some smarter shots too. They're kind of rushing, trying to force it. They're not shooting well at all. 28% from the floor, 19% from 3.
Haven't been doing real good ball movement all day. It's been feeling like the Trice ISO most of the day when they make scores, and if there's a guy open, they're happy about it.
Inbound to Trice, and he's going to take it all the way up. Michigan settling into their 2-3 zone again. Brooks and Smith up top. Wagner, Livers on the bottom with Hunter Dickinson sitting in the middle. Eli Brooks jumps in front of that pass and gets a steal. Kicks to Isaiah Livers, and Michigan out on the run. Mike Smith to Franz Wagner. Wagner working inside. Ball gets tipped away from behind by Jonathan Davis, but that's not going to matter. Michigan's going to keep the ball underneath.
That was an angry tip pass right there from, I think it was Livers or Wagner. Just an angry tip pass right to Brooks. It felt like it was just trying to go for the jugular right there.
Michigan going to probably look to take the air out of the ball here. Waste some clock as we enter the under-16 media timeout with 15:10 left to play. Michigan up 54-26. Absolutely dominant. I mean, we just talked about it for a few minutes while they were in the last timeout, but this Michigan team just playing extremely well. Yeah,
we love to see it. Michigan's out there just firing on all cylinders. I think they're shooting they're shooting 75% from the field roughly, which is insane. I don't think the last time I've seen shooting like this against a top 10 team, it's just incredible.
Yeah, they've been playing well on both sides of the ball. I mean, 5 total steals as a team and 7 total blocks, and chip in 22 defensive rebounds. Even when they're not on offense, this Michigan team has just been absolutely fantastic.
No, it's been a revelation out there. You love to see it from Michigan. Just loss of words. You can only use so many adjectives in one day to describe play. There's one thing I'd like to see. I'd like to see some more development from the younger players. They're clearly relying a lot on their starters for the scoring. See what you can get out of Brandon Johns and see what you can get out of Austin Davis. But that's a nitpick if you got to imagine at this point.
Yeah, Brandon Johns Jr. contributed early. Went 1 for 1 from the field, hitting that corner 3. Played really well in his few minutes on the floor. Tossed in a rebound, and those great hustle plays, diving after loose balls and things like that. And he definitely earned his stripes so far in this one.
No, especially you might see the freshmen come in now, looking as they're soon to get ready to get Terrence Williams. Maybe see some Terrence Williams or some Seb Jackson. See what you got in the future of the Michigan Wolverines. You can't. Michigan tends to run 7 deep when they're playing basketball. When they're playing, you might want to see a little bit more come tourney time.
Michigan on a 14-0 run in the last 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
That'll
Wisconsin,
be their second of the game.
0 for their last 5. This Michigan team, they've just been going on runs and running up the score. If you're Coach DeJuan Howard, I think you got to keep your pedal to the metal here. I mean, especially in a top 10 contest, this can not only prove well for your, just rankings in the AP poll and the coaches poll, but especially this is a high-quality matchup.
Oh, 100%. This is like when the NFL playoffs come and you're in your week 17. You put your starters out there for a little bit just to make sure you have the urgency that you need to keep playing the way you're playing. Michigan's not checking out their starters as it seems, and they're probably not going to do it anytime soon.
Come tournament time, if this game plays out the way it's looking, this would be a real quality win to have in the back pocket for Coach DeJuan Howard when it comes to tournament seeding.
Oh, 100%.
So with a fresh shot clock, Eli Brooks will inbound underneath the basket. 54-26 is the score with 15:10 left to play. The Wolverines way out in front. Michigan has their starting lineup out on the court. Like I said, we haven't really seen too many substitutions. Brandon Johns Jr., Shawnee Brown, and Austin Davis, the only ones that have come in. Inbounds pass goes to Mike Smith. Smith down low to Dickinson. Dickinson working one-on-one against Potter, and what a move on the spin. He's got 10. He's the 4th Wolverine to hit double digits.
Fights through contact, doesn't let anyone disrupt him. Great defense, but just even better offense right there.
Trice picks up his dribble way up high. Has to pass to Tyler Wall and gets it back to reset. Potter now trying to get his own on Hunter Dickinson. Spin move. Stolen by Franz Wagner. That's his 4th of the night. Wagner really active. Isaiah Livers with another deep transition 3 on the pass from Mike Smith. Little bit too far. Trice is going to pull down the rebound. Wisconsin trying to just stop the bleeding here. Pass inside to Jonathan Davis. Defense applied by Franz Wagner. Doesn't block it, but forces a tough shot. Hunter Dickinson pulls down the rebound. 56-26, Michigan with a comfortable 30-point lead. Pass back door, Franz Wagner up and under.
What a great pass and even better reverse layup. I can't believe that I just saw.
Mike Smith with a great dribble right across the free throw line and one backhanded right-hand bounce pass to the cutting Franz Wagner. Pull up 3 on the step back. Not going to go. That one, Brad Davison. Franz Wagner pulling down another rebound. He's got 6. Working his way towards the double-double. Pass inside to Dickinson. Dickinson to the elbow to Isaiah Livers. Livers gets it right back after dishing it. Dickinson passes inside for Livers. They get tied up. It's going to stay Michigan ball. Shawnee Brown heads to the check-in table. Looks like it was Jonathan Davis there applying the pressure, forcing the jump ball. Substitution for the Badgers is going to be Tyler Anderson.
You got to do something for Wisconsin to shake this up. Clearly whatever's working out there is not working.
Correction, that's Trevor Anderson, and Wisconsin brings in another sub as well. Aleem Ford just trying to give this Wolverines team a different look. Mike Smith cuts to the corner and gets the inbounds pass cleanly. Wanted Dickinson but couldn't find him. Gets his pass back, gets his dribble. Dickinson with a hard screen. Mike Smith with a pull-up jumper on the baseline.
Oh, my Lord.
He's got 14. Screen up top from Potter, going to do nothing. Showed his shot, driving hard on Hunter Dickinson now. Dickinson with a great defensive possession. Able to force a tough shot. Franz Wagner with another rebound. Livers jabs twice in the corner. Goes to his left hand now, working one-on-one against Ford. Ford applying the body, turnaround jump shot from Isaiah Livers. Right around and Shawnee Brown with the putback dunk.
He is fired up after that stomping on the floor. Oh, my Lord.
Jace Howard on the bench just flops down like a fish. This Michigan bench is just as hyped as we are. Pull-up jumper from the elbow. Going to hit both sides of the rim and fall out. That's one Trevor Anderson. Michigan loses the ball, though. Miscommunication between Wagner and Mike Smith. Brad Davison doing a nice job of tipping it off them. So Wisconsin misses the jumper, but they're going to get it right back. Michigan playing extremely well basketball right now.
22-0 run. Incredible.
Wisconsin scoreless in the last 7 minutes. 62-26 is the score. Long lob pass up by half court to get the inbounds into Trice. Trice over to Ford. Ford now to Davison, working inside. There's going to be a foul call. That one off the ball. Looks like it's going to be on Franz Wagner. Caught him in the back.
Even the possessionless shots aren't going in for Wisconsin right now.
Wagner picks up his third personal. It's the team's third as well this half. Wagner having a day. 13 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals. Davison kicks to Trice. Trice on the corner, knocks down the three. Wisconsin finally gets one to go after 7 minutes. Michigan on a 22-3 run right now. 62-29 is the score with 12 minutes left. Mike Smith trying to make some magic happen. Kick back to Isaiah Livers. His three ball goes! Livers again. 50% from the field, 3 for 5 from downtown. He's got 13.
Answers Wisconsin's sign of hope with a dagger three with a defender in his face.
65-29 is the score. Shawnee Brown applying the defense on Reavers. Reavers with a tough turnaround jumper. Austin Davis pulls down the rebound. Mike Smith just trying to put the dagger. Bounce pass. Austin Davis slams it down.
Wow, what a pass. Was that between his legs?
Franz Wagner guarding Trice closely. Trice had him beat, decided to pull back to his left hand for some reason. Now gets the high ball screen from Reavers. Doesn't like what he sees, kicks to Brad Davison. Davison trying to drive on Livers. Eventually kicks back out. It's going to be Reavers on Austin Davis. Reavers gets his dribble back. Kicks to a lean forward. Forward with a deep three off the front of the rim. Wagner pulls down his 9th rebound, closing in on a double-double. We're going to have a timeout called. Sorry. Yeah, it is going to be a timeout. Referee had a signal to the scorer's table, but going into that timeout, Michigan on a 27-3 run in the last 8.5 minutes. 67-29 is the score with 10:53. Michigan.
Jace Howard is going crazy on the bench. Everything is clicking on all cylinders. Michigan about to be up 40 points. It must be devastating to have gone to the University of Wisconsin right now.
Michigan scorers all over the place. Hunter Dickinson has 10. Isaiah Livers with 13. Mike Smith with 14. Franz Wagner with 13 of his own. Scorers all the way through. Everybody who's played in this contest for Michigan has scored. Eli Brooks and Shawnee Brown both have 5. Brandon Johns Jr. 1 for 1 from the field with a 3. And Austin Davis chipping in 4 of his own. Michigan playing so well right now.
Keeping their foot on the throat of Wisconsin. They're not even starting to put in their bench players. Keeping their starters out there. Just not even giving up an inch against Wisconsin. Michigan looking like one of the elite teams in college basketball.
Wisconsin kind of shooting themselves in the foot here. Michigan has 15 points off of turnovers. Wisconsin, the Badgers have turned it over 10 times as opposed to Michigan's 5. And one stat that's just absolutely blowing my mind right now. Michigan has 7 total blocks as a team. 6 steals, 4 of those coming from Franz Wagner.
Unreal. Franz Wagner has been special. Early on, you thought this was going to be a Livers game. Franz Wagner said, "Hold my cherry soda."
Franz Wagner playing like one of the best players in college basketball right now. It's hard to argue otherwise. On the other side of the floor, Wisconsin struggling to put the ball through the hoop. Demetric Trice has 10 points. He's the leading scorer for this team.
Wow.
The next highest scorer being number 11, Micah Potter. He has 7. Potter was a preseason candidate for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award, which goes to the nation's top-ranked center. Struggling so far in this contest.
Unreal. Just one of the best games I've ever seen of Michigan basketball. It's been incredible. Let's see what Juwan Howard's going to do with this team and see if he's going to start putting in these young guys.
Michigan holding a real comfortable lead. You know, they say it's never over till it's over, but if you're Michigan, you got to be thinking ahead right now. like we were talking about earlier, with future tournament seedings in a year that is so bizarre with things like COVID-19's throwing wrenches in team schedules, a potential huge double-digit win over another top 10 team, especially in conference, that bodes really well for Juwan Howard and this Wolverines team.
Oh, yeah. this is probably their biggest test next to Illinois and Iowa. Iowa coming up around March. That's going to be their big test when it comes time to really show that they're worth something. That Lucas Garza is going to be a real test for Austin Davis and Hunter Dickinson down there.
Luka Garza, one of the top players in the country, proved to be a real problem for this Michigan team last year. In fact, playing here in Chrysler Center, Luka Garza with over 40 points against the Wolverines last year.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be an interesting matchup, but now you got to get back to the game.
Back in the action, Shawnee Brown inbounds to Eli Brooks. Pass now to Austin Davis, working on the wing against Reavers. Bounce pass inside to Shawnee Brown, up with the right hand as he flexes his muscles and knocks that one down. The Michigan bench pulling out some celebrations. Demetric Trice trying to get something going for his Badgers right now. Pass over to Davison, guarded closely by Isaiah Livers. Pass inside, that one for Trevor Anderson. Kind of lost it, eventually picks it back up. It's now Aleem Ford with it, driving hard with his right hand on the baseline. Brandon Johns Jr. with the defense. Forces the tough shot off the front of the rim. Eli Brooks gets it, and he's out and running now. Between his legs, through his right, back, pull-up jumper. Actually, he's not going to pull. Throw the shot. Try to bounce pass to Brandon Johns Jr., but Aleem Ford able to steal that one. Skip pass. Trevor Anderson for three. That one goes. Ends Michigan's 7-0 run in the past 2 minutes, but Michigan still, in the past 9 minutes and 30 seconds, they're on a 29-6 run. Score being 69-32. Austin Davis taking his time, looking for something. Dribble handoff to Eli Brooks, and it's going to be Demetric Trice getting called for the foul. Brooks came tight off that dribble handoff, and Trice just kind of had to grab his arm to slow him down.
Yeah, that was an easy layup. If that isn't a reaching foul, you're happy with that if you're Demetric Trice.
Under 10 minutes left to play here. Michigan holding a very comfortable lead. 69-32 is the score. Yeah. Shawnee Brown set to inbound. Trevor Anderson guarding him. Pass comes into Eli Brooks. Brooks looking for something. Over to Davis. Gets a dribble handoff now. Pull-up jumper from the right wing. Going to rattle in and out. Not going to go. Micah Potter pulling down the board. Michigan has decided to stay in this man-to-man defense for the past couple minutes as Micah Potter pulls a deep three and knocks it down. He's in double digits now, the second Badger to do so.
Back in the game, down 24 points. Can Wisconsin pull off the comeback?
That would be a 34-point lead for Michigan right now as they lead 69-35. 9 minutes left to play. Eli Brooks, dribble in the air out of the ball. Kicks over to Brandon John Jr. in the corner. Drove hard with his left hand. Decided to pull it back out. Brooks again in possession. Hard right-hand drive. Kicks it back to Brandon Johns Jr. Driving through the lane. Lob pass up to Austin Davis. It's going to be a foul called before that one on the floor. Looks like it's going to go, it's going to go against number 1, Jonathan Davis. Davis, that's going to be his first personal foul, his team's third this half.
Yeah.
Eli Brooks arranging his troops, and now he's set to inbound. Lob pass up to Shawnee Brown. Catches it cleanly over to Livers. Livers pass to the corner to Brandon Johns Jr. Inside to Austin Davis. Dribbles hard with his right hand. Back to his left in the spin. Can't get it to go. Kind of saw him awkwardly shake that left ankle as Micah Potter able to provide the defense. We're going to have a foul call. This one on Shawnee Brown. Shawnee Brown, known for playing real tight man-to-man defense, just got a little too antsy that time, and in fact, his shoe fell off. So while Shawnee sits there and ties his shoe, Michigan, quick substitution. Isaiah Livers and Austin Davis are going to head to the bench. Hunter Dickinson and Franz Wagner checking in. Shawnee Brown's back up, shoes all tied tight.
Interesting how he one-knots it. He is playing basketball.
Jonathan Davis going to inbound right in front of his own bench. Franz Wagner on defense there. Pass gets in cleanly to Trevor Anderson. Anderson hard with the right hand, kicks it back to Aleem Ford. Aleem Ford, nice take, up with the right hand. Franz Wagner with another rebound. He's got a double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds, sorry. Passes up deep to Brandon Johns Jr. Driving hard. We're going to have a foul called. And actually, no, it's going to be a travel. Brandon Johns Jr. got a little too antsy there.
It's called up and under, not through.
69-35 is the score with 8:15 left to play here in this contest. Michigan still holding this comfortable lead. They are on a little bit of a scoring drought, though. Haven't scored in the past 2.5 minutes. Looking for a bucket here. Dimitri Trice from the corner for three, and he knocks that one down. He's got 13. That's his third bucket from downtown tonight, shooting really well.
It's a 9-0 run from Wisconsin, finally getting back into this game maybe.
69-38 is the score as the clock ticks under 8 minutes. The freshman Hunter Dickinson kicks it up to Shawnee Brown. Michigan just running a little bit. Dribble drive. Franz Wagner got all the way to the rim, but just missed the left-handed layup. Kind of an awkward finish. Can't get it to go, so Michigan still on their 0-9 run. Dimitri Trice had an open three, passed it up to Trevor Anderson in the corner. His three ball not going to go. Brandon Johns Jr. with a nice rebound there. Eli Brooks just doing a nice job of taking his time, making sure to use as much of the shot clock as he can. Drives all the way to the basket, however. Hunter Dickinson, what a rebound, and puts it back up and in. Hunter Dickinson, with that 7'6" wingspan, was getting pushed out, just reached above his head and caught it like Odell Beckham Jr. and then put it right back up with the left hand.
Makes a ball at a 45-degree angle. You'll love to see it.
Dimitri Trice with another three from the corner. That one on Dickinson. If you're Hunter Dickinson, you got to get a hand up there. You know you're not going to really have much to do if he tries to go around you. The least you can do is try to get a hand up. Dimitri Trice, 6 for 11 from the field, 4 for 7 from three. He's got 16. Shawnee Brown now driving inside. Lob pass to the corner for Brandon Johns Jr. Dishes it off to Brooks. Brooks up top to Wagner. 6:30 left to play. Michigan holds a 30-point lead. Wagner with a nice drive and a right-hand finish. 73-41 is the score. Franz Wagner has 15 points.
Wow, Franz Wagner has been special today.
Been doing a real nice job rebounding on the defensive end. Pass inside to Dimitri Trice, working one-on-one against Wagner. Beats him hard, gets all the way to the basket, blocked by Wagner, but they're going to call a foul. Wagner most likely going to head to the bench here as he picks up his fourth personal. As there is a media timeout on the floor, Michigan still holding this really comfortable lead. 73-41 with 6 minutes left to play.
Yeah, but you gotta love what you see from the Michigan basketball team so far. They had a bit of a run against them, but they're still showing the same effort, keeping their starters out there, and it's been working out for Michigan so far. You love to see it.
Wagner gonna have to be careful here in the rest of this contest. He's been the best player so far for this Wolverines team in this one. 70% from the field, 15 points, 10 boards, 4 steals. Also throwing a block and an assist there, but he does have 4 personal fouls. Wisconsin, the Badgers, they're going to have to look to their leading scorer, Dimitri Trice here, averaging just under 15 points a game. He's got 16 so far in this contest. The redshirt senior going to have to make some magic happen late in this second half. Again, we would just like to thank everybody for listening here on WCBN Sports. And if you're not already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon next to it to be notified anytime we go live so you never miss a broadcast. Going to be bringing you a whole bunch more basketball and some hockey as well in the upcoming days. Timeout's wrapping up. Isaiah Livers is going to check in, most likely for Franz Wagner.
Yeah. Still surprising me you haven't seen any of the usual bench warmers all game. Michigan playing no freshmen besides Hunter Dickinson so far, I think, this season. No, Terrence Williams is starting to play a little bit.
Yeah, with 6 minutes left, it might be a little early. I mean, you can never underestimate anybody in college basketball, especially not a top 10 team like this number 9 ranked Wisconsin Badgers. They can go on a run early, and they can go on a run quick. They've got scores all the way around. I mean, Micah Potter, a devastating big down low. Dimitri Trice can really get any shot he wants. Might be a little early to put the reinforcements in for this Wolverines team. They want to hold this big current 32-point lead for as long as they can.
Perhaps.
as Snoop Dogg plays over the speakers. Both timeouts just should be wrapping up here. With 6:05 left to play here in this top 10 matchup, the number 7 ranked Michigan Wolverines hold a 73-41 lead over the number 9 ranked Wisconsin Badgers.
Love it. Yeah, gotta keep this league going. Michigan's looking special out there.
You know, in an offense that's really just been kind of dominated by Hunter Dickinson so far this season. I mean, coming into this contest, Dickinson has been averaging 18 points a game. Next highest was Isaiah Livers, just under 14. This has really been, you know, even though Dickinson has 12, it's pretty much been a guard-dominated contest so far for the Wolverines. Isaiah Livers has 13, Mike Smith 14, Wagner's in double digits.
No, Hunter Dickinson, who's normally the focal point, has seemed to be like the 5th or 4th option on in this game. It's been really good to see that they can survive without Hunter Dickinson without Hunter Dickinson. It should bode well come playoff and tournament time.
Dickinson was kept quiet early by stellar defensive play by Micah Potter, but either Potter just got tired out or Dickinson decided to turn it on. He's got 12 late in this one. So coming out of the timeout, Dimitri Trice is going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2 free throws. Hits every part of the rim, but he knocks down the first one on the floor for the Wolverines. It's going to be Smith, Brooks, Dickinson, Livers, and Brandon Johns Jr. for the Badgers. Davis, Anderson, Trice, Potter, and Ford. Both free throws go, so the lead is now cut to 30. 73-43 is the score here with 6 minutes left to play. Mike Smith swinging it around the horn. Eli Brooks dribbling all the way over to the right corner. Kicks to Livers now. Livers looking for something. Lob pass inside to Dickinson. Dickinson outside to Smith. Shows his shot. Doesn't like what he sees. Inside to Brandon Johns Jr. working one-on-one against Aleem Forward. Little floater, not going to go, but Dickinson pulling down the rebound. Spin move up with the left hand. He's going to miss too. Trevor Anderson pulls down the rebound as Brandon Johns Jr. hits the floor pretty hard. Pass inside to Potter now. The veteran working one-on-one against the freshman, Hunter Dickinson. Turn, spin with the left hand. That's textbook, gets it to go. The lead cut down to under 30 for the first time in a while now. 73-45 is the score with just over 5 minutes left to play. See some Wolverines behind the bench running some laps, getting warmed up here as Aleem Forward called with the hand check.
Yeah, I think that's it seems to be Terrence Mitchell, Zeb Jackson, and Jace Howard, otherwise people who probably won't be playing.
Get back there, Jaron Falls as well, as the inbound from Eli Brooks goes to Mike Smith. Smith with a pull-up jumper from the elbow and gets it to go. He's having a day. He's got 16. The new team high. Wisconsin just looks defeated right now. 75-45 is the score as the clock ticks under 5 minutes. And it's desperation time for this Badgers team. Anderson passes it over to Davis. Davis to Ford. Working one-on-one against Johns Jr. Driving hard up and under with the left hand. Blocked. And Mike Smith picks it up. They're running out in transition now. Eli Brooks. Pump fake. Driving hard with his right hand. Kicks out. Brandon Johns Jr. now driving. Ball slowed down. Michigan smart to take as much time off the clock here as possible. 30 points is a big lead, but nothing's impossible. Going to try to use as much clock as they can. Mike Smith throws the ball right into the hands. Oh, what a block! Oh! Jonathan Davis got the steal on Mike Smith, and Isaiah Livers comes down and just pins it off the backboard, but Wisconsin able to pull it back down, and Aleem Forward hits a 3, so the score now 75-48. Isaiah Livers with his 3rd block of the night, and his 3rd block that he absolutely just postered.
Probably too ferocious of a block. Got it back to the Wisconsin Badgers.
Speaking of Livers, he drives hard with the left hand. Turnaround jumper now. Too far outside, not going to go. Davis just got the bucket. Now he got himself a rebound. Under 4 to play here. Trice with a pull-up jumper from outside, not going to go. Livers pulls it down. And now here come the reinforcements. As a timeout is called for substitutions, Jace Howard, Zeb Jackson, Terrence Williams, and Jaron Falls all checking in.
Putting in the
in
freshman.
addition to Adrian Nunez. Going to be some great minutes here with 3.5 minutes left to play against a Wisconsin team who's going to be gunning for them. Probably going to keep their starters in. It's going to be some great contests, some great experience for these younger players on this Michigan lineup.
You love to see it. It's a treat as a broadcaster to be able to see the young guys. You don't get to see them that often in college basketball. This isn't like the NBA where they're trying to show off their young pieces. You want to keep those guys all 4 years. I'm excited. This is a treat.
Demetric Trice trying to make it all happen for this Badgers team late in this one. He has 18 points, a team high. Next high, Micah Potter with 12. Well, like we've been saying all night, Michigan just able to score with everybody. Hunter Dickinson has 12, Isaiah Livers 13, Mike Smith 16, a team high, and Franz Wagner a double-double with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Like we said, this Michigan team just has looked outstanding so far in this contest. I mean, a huge lead over a very, very good Wisconsin Badgers team. 75-48 in any sense is a great lead, but especially over another top 10 team. As the band plays through the speakers here, as they are not actually in attendance.
No.
You love to see the limited amount of fans here are amped up.
Oh, I have seen more electricity in this building tonight than I've seen it packed out, sold out games here at Chrysler Center. It's been amazing to watch.
Fans here in a very limited capacity, so you have to know that they appreciate being able to attend these contests, and they're doing all they can to provide as much support and aid this Michigan team as much as they can. But both teams stand up, so timeouts are just about wrapped up. Michigan has one timeout remaining, Wisconsin 2. With under 3:30 left to play here, the score 75-48 in favor of the Wolverines. Again, like we said, Michigan going to substitute all 5 in. It's going to be Jace Howard, Terrence Williams, Jaron Falls.
It is still weird to see see Zeb Jackson wear number 3. You have to imagine that number is going to be retired in the rafters soon at some point.
Zeb Jackson and Adrian Nunez also out on the court. Nunez situated in that opposite corner. As the Badgers come out, they've still got their key players in. They are not going down without a fight. On the court for the Badgers, Anderson, Trice, Wall, and then looks like Potter and Davis as well. And we are set to go. The Michigan bench sharing high fives. It's all the starters dap each other up as we are set to go here. Referees give each other the okay. And here we go, Jace Howard to inbound. Referees sharing a quick word with Zeb Jackson. Don't really know what the holdup is here, but as the horn sounds, here we go. Jackson gets the inbound. Dribbling right up on Trice with his right hand. Ball screen coming from Falls. Zeb Jackson passes the corner to Terrence Williams. Wanted to drive baseline, decided not to. Pass inside to Jaron Falls. Righty hook shot, not going to go. Ball tipped around a little bit, but Trice eventually pulls it down. Trevor Anderson on the opposite end. We're going to have a timeout called for him. He's got a bloody nose. Was kind of confused what was going on there. Anderson applied some defense on the baseline and then just walked off. Yep, he did in fact get hit in the nose. He's bleeding as a towel up, and we're going to have quick stoppage of time to get some blood off the court. Both teams going to head to their respective benches. And looks like the referees are going to go and review this one for a possible foul call. Both teams heading their respective benches. This lineup for this Michigan team, as little playing time as they have gotten this year, as Michigan has been so competitive in their time on the court, they've looked really good.
They've looked really good. They seem to be a lot more athletic in the starting lineup, let's be frank. But there is something to notice. They are a little bit smaller. Terrence Williams, I think, is 6'10", 6'9" out there. He's for a guy who ideally is playing center. You got to love, but the athleticism is very clear, especially with the Zeb Jackson out there. The man looks quick. The man looks like an NBA guard kind of already.
Yeah, Zeb Jackson just has athleticism.
Athleticism.
As the ball is inbounded, it is going to be Trice. working on one-on-one against Jackson. Bounce pass to Potter. Potter guarded closely by Faulds. Potter's pass to Wall. Wall dribbling with his right hand now. Kick back to Trice. As the shot clock clicks under 10. Ball screen coming from Potter. Trice looking to make something happen. Deep three from Potter on the kickback. Not going to go. Terrence Williams pulls down his first rebound of the night.
His first rebound and elite athleticism.
Williams on the left wing. Driving hard to the middle with his right hand. Gets hit in the face, but no foul call. Kicks out to Zeb Jackson. Jackson taking his sweet time here. Shot clock to 10. Dribbles with the right hand. Deep pull up two and gets it to go. Zeb Jackson has proved to be a very good shooter for this Michigan team in his limited minutes as he knocks that one down from downtown. Pass inside to Davis, working one-on-one against Faulds. Gets to the middle of the field, but can't quite knock it down. Hustles after his own rebound, though, and kicks it back out to Trice. Trice loses his dribble. Michigan reinforcements playing really well right now on the defensive end. Switch. Faulds is on Trice. Now this is an advantage you want to take if you're Wisconsin. Kick out. That three ball not going to go, but Potter pulls it down, up with the left hand. Sits on the rim for a second, and Terrence Williams able to grab another rebound, his second of the night. Pass up in transition to Jace Howard. Dribbles hard with the right hand, gets the shot up. That one hit every part of the rim. Michigan visibly frustrated. That one didn't fall. 77-48 is the score right now. With under 2 minutes left to play, Trice with a nice take with the left hand. High and soft, and that one's going to go down. We're going to have a quick timeout from Wisconsin to get some substitutions in as Potter and Trice head to the bench, and this one's all but wrapped up. Michigan holds a 79-48 lead.
You never know, man. They could make 19 points in 1 minute, 19 shots in 1 minute and 20 seconds. You never know.
That was a lot of math for you real quick there, Miller.
It's
Adrian
really hard.
Nunez kicks to the edge to Zeb Jackson. Jackson working in the middle, dribbling with that right hand. Bounce pass inside to Jaron Faulds. Faulds looking for his own bucket here. 12 on the shot clock. Spins back to the left hand. Now back to the middle, up with the right. Off the front of the rim, no good. Loose ball, it's going to be Tyler Wall out on it. Driving hard with his right hand now. Tried to go back between his legs, loses it. Zeb Jackson able to put some pressure, but Wisconsin retains possession. Three ball from the corner is going to fall way short, and Tyler Wall right there. A little chaotic string of events. The ball was loose, and Wisconsin just kind of picked it up, swung it all the way around. The airballed three from the corner was no good. That one, Davis. But Tyler Wall, he's had decent minutes so far in this game.
Yeah. If you're Michigan, there's one thing you're worried about right now is losing your 30-point game. You want to have one of those on your resume coming into the seeding.
Wall knocks down both free throws. So the score now 79-50 as the clock runs under 30 seconds. Michigan most likely going to get one more shot up as there's about 6 seconds between the shot and game clock, but Zeb Jackson loses his dribble. And all the way in transition, coast to coast, with the layup. That's going to be Davis. Those are his first 2 points of the night. 79-54 is the score with 23 seconds left on the game clock, and that's going to do everything but sound the final horn. Zeb Jackson just going to dribble this one out. What a win it is for the Michigan Wolverines. In a top 10 matchup, Michigan came out and just blew this Wisconsin Badgers team out of the water. I mean, final score of 77-54 as the final buzzer sounds. What a win for the Wolverines.
All season long, the narrative was, what's going to happen when the Wolverines play elite competition? What's going to happen when they have to go against the best of the Big Ten? Well, not only did Michigan show that they can hang with the best of the Big Ten, they can outright dominate them. This is a great win for Michigan. It gives them a lot of momentum going into the conference play. This is exactly what you want to see if you're a Michigan Wolverines fan.
Michigan has just been constantly moving up in the rankings all year so far. They were ranked at number 7 coming into this contest, but then just an absolute blowout win over another top 10 team in number 9 ranked Wisconsin. It'll be interesting to see where they end up. But Michigan, what a performance from everybody. I mean, on the scoring end, 4 people in double digits, those being Dickinson, Livers, Smith, and Wagner. And Franz Wagner really just the absolute star in this one. 15 points, 10 rebounds, and a double-double. Throw in an assist, a block, and 4 steals, but should be noted, Mike Smith, 16 points and 6 assists of his own. What a game for the Michigan Wolverines all the way around.
What a game for the Michigan Wolverines, and tough luck for the Badgers out there who did not look good until the last 4 minutes of the game.
Wisconsin went to their ball handlers and tried to go to their elite scorers late. I mean, Demetric Trice had himself a game, 20 total points on 7 of 13 shooting. He looked really good, but that was about it. Micah Potter chipped in 12 points as well. They were the only 2 in double digits, the next highest scoring being 6 from Aleem Ford, but Michigan absolutely dominant all the way throughout this contest. That is going to do it, though, for WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan basketball. Miller, do you have any final words before we sign off?
I got one thing. Better luck next time, Dad.
Like we said, we're going to close as we always do with a good night and go blue.